What's up everyone, Paige Bjerkaas here, 2018 FPO World Champion, and I'm here to talk about what's in my bag for the 2019 season. So I'll start with my drivers. My favorite drivers in my bag right now and my go-tos are going to be the Latitude 64 Opto Ballista Pros. I have two in my bag. They're both lightweight, 168, 169-ish, and these go really, really far. I use them for my max distance shots. If I really need to get far down the fairway, I use these. I have a flatter one that has a lot more turn than my more domey one, but they both go really far. If I need a little bit more of a right push, I'll use the purple one, but if I just need a big S shot, I'll just use the blue one. I also have an Air Ballista Pro. I kind of use it for a similar shot, but usually if I need like a longer hyzer, I'll use the Air Ballista Pro. I'll just make sure to get a lot of air underneath it, and because it's an air disc and it's a Ballista Pro, they like to glide very far. So if I need a long hyzer to just stay in the fairway or to get up to the basket, I'll use the Air Ballista Pro instead of the Opto ones. Another one of my favorite drivers in my bag is going to be the Dynamic Discs Enforcer. I have one Biofusion and one Fusion. My Biofusion one is pretty old, so this one likes to hold kind of straight and then have a little bit of a gentle left finish. That's because this one's pretty beat in, but this is definitely one that I use if I need to get far in the fairway but stay in the fairway. So my Ballista Pros have a lot of deviation. This one just stays straight and has gentle fade. So when I need the distance but I have a small fairway, I'll use the Biofusion Enforcer. I also have a Fusion Enforcer, and this one is just overstable. It's still lightweight, it's like a 169, but it's brand new. If there's a headwind or any kind of left to right strong wind, I'll just use the Enforcer, because if I put it on an ante, it always comes back. If I release it flat, it comes back. It's just super reliable and overstable, so anytime the wind picks up, I'll grab this Enforcer. Next up are going to be the Trespasses. So I have a Lucid Trespass and a Biofusion Trespass. So the Lucid Trespass I use for long and hyzer shots. If I really need to hold a right turn angle, I'll just use a Trespass. Mine is actually 171, so I like to go a little heavier on the Trespasses, but if I put them out pretty wide, they like to hold right for a very long time and they get a lot of glide. I also have this Biofusion one, but I'm using this for forehand. So I've been working on my forehand this past off season and it's feeling really good, but I'm using an understable Trespass because I still don't quite have that power yet. So anytime I need to use, a left to right pretty short upshot that I think forehand would be best, I'll use a Biofusion Trespass. Moving on to fairways, the Getaway. I have a Fusion Burst Getaway. This one flies similar to my Enforcer, where it holds nice and straight, but then has a nice fade at the end, except it doesn't quite go as far as my Enforcer. So if I just need a nice fairway shot that doesn't need too much distance, but I really need to hit kind of a small landing zone, I will use the Fusion Getaway. Next, I'm really excited about this one, is the Vandal. This one's new to the lineup, new to Dynamic Discs, coming out this year. This is an awesome disc. It's a fairway that goes dead straight. I can put a lot of power on it and it likes to hold that straight line. If I put ante on it, it holds the ante. If I put hyzer, it holds the hyzer. This disc really just however you throw it is how it's gonna fly. So I love this one. It's one of my go-to fairways now. I like to throw it nice, flat and hard, and it just goes dead straight. Next, my last fairway driver is going to be the Fusion Burst Maverick. This one has also been in my bag for a long time. This one goes very straight, but I have to release it with hyzer. So the Vandal, if I need to go straight, but I have a pretty wide gap, I'll just rip the Vandal. But if I have kind of a tight fairway and I need to kind of slow down and make sure my release point is where it needs to be, if I need to hit an initial gap, I'll use the Maverick, because right where I release it, it likes to, I always release it with hyzer and it flips up straight. And if I need it to do it and hyzer, I'll release it flat and it likes to gently turn over. So this is one of my go-to fairways. It's nice and reliable, super straight. I can even use it for longer ante shots. So definitely one of my go-tos. We'll go to my mid-ranges. I only have two in my bag currently. So the first one is the Fuse. I just added this one to my bag this season. I like to use it for basically straight up shots. If I have a straight look at the basket and I think, my putters aren't quite gonna reach it, I'll disc up to a Fuse, because I release it flat and it just goes straight forever and just gently sits. I can even put some right turn on it and use it for an anhyzer shot. So this is very versatile. I can throw it straight, I can throw it anhyzer, and it's very consistent. This one has been a favorite of mine for a long time. This is the Dynamic Discs Lucid Verdict. This is probably my go-to upshot disc. If I have a wide open look and maybe not feeling too confident in the straight shot, I'll just throw the Verdict either on a hyzer and just have it dump towards the basket, or I'll release it. I'll aim probably about 10 10 to 30 feet, depends on, right of the basket, really hard and flat, and it likes to hold flat and then always consistently fades right towards the basket at the end. This is one of my go-to discs. I almost get up and down every time when I use this disc. Very reliable and overstable, so that's why I love it so much. All right, moving to the putters now. Well, I guess this is an upshot and putter. This is also a new addition to my bag, is the Westside Disc Soft Burst Harp. I use this for flick upshots. If they're, I have a pretty short upshot and there's something in the way and I need to get around it from like the left side, I'll just pop a harp up on a hyzer, and it likes to sit gently. I use the soft plastic because it likes to sit. I don't like to have a lot of skip when I'm throwing an upshot like that. So the soft harp is definitely what I've been working on my flicks as well. And if I just need to get up and down, I'll use a harp. All right, now my favorite disc is the Dynamic Discs Judge. So we'll start with the Fusion Judge. I have 3 Fusion Judges in my bag. We'll start with my Signature Series one. I have the Paige Bjerkaas double stamped one. These came out after I won Worlds. This one's newer compared to my other ones, so if I need an overstable putter shot, I can just pop it out on a hyzer or even flat, and the Judge likes to glide, especially when I throw it a little higher. It gets some air up underneath it and fades every time. So I have 3 Fusion Judges. They go in stability. This is probably my straightest flying one. However, it still has a lot of fade. So I can release it flat, aim like almost dead center with the basket, and it usually glides and then has a nice gentle left fade. This one is a Dimax of me and my friends, so Dynamic Disc has a cool program where you can get any picture you want on a disc. So I love that program. I have a lot of them, but this is my favorite one of me and my friends. And then I have 2 more Fusion ones. They just are more stable. This is probably the middle one at my Mugs at Smug stamp, just nice and gentle. And then if I really need an overstable putter shot, I'll use the Signature Series Fusion one. Now, if I'm just trying to get up and down, pretty close, I don't need a flick, I just need an up and down backhand. I have some more Judges, except I have 2 classic ones. One is flippier than the other, but if I just have a nice wide open putter shot or I need like a long Annie putter shot, I'll just use these these classic Judges. One's flippier than the other, so if there's a little bit of more wind, I'll use the more stable one. But if it's nice and calm, I'll just throw my straightest one and just release it right at the basket with a little bit of height, and it likes to go straight towards it. And this is also a new addition to my bag, and this is a soft Judge. And I grabbed this because I knew at the Las Vegas Challenge and the Memorial that there's going to be a lot of greens that are small landing zones. So I wanted something a little grippier that's going to grip the ground when it sits. So that's why I added this one to my bag. It flies just like my classic ones, nice and straight, but instead of like skidding at the end of its flight, it just likes to sit down. And then finally, my go-to putters. I have 2 classic Judges as well. I have some throwing ones, and I putt with these as well. These are just my go-to putters, inside the circle, jump putts. I love the Judge because it has a bead. I love the bead on the Judge, and has a lot of glide. Really, whatever angle I put the Judge on, it likes to hold it and kind of finish straight. If I have a long jumper, I need to put Annie on it, it always comes back straight. If I'm just inside the circle, I just pop it up there, and it likes to go in the basket. So the Judge is my favorite disc, good throwing putter, also a good putting putter. Definitely recommend trying out the Judge. So yeah, that's what's in my bag for the 2019 season. The Lucid X Getaway, my Signature Series, is going to be coming out, and it'll definitely be making my bag. So definitely check those out when those become available. Check on the website. I'm super excited to see how those turn out. The 2019 season is going to be awesome. I'll be traveling around running some putter challenges. Throwing putters is like my favorite part of the game. So I've been, setting up some tournaments to teach people how to do it. Throwing putters is pretty tricky, so I like to share the knowledge with you guys. But thank you so much for watching. I'm excited for the 2019 season. Hopefully I'll finish in the podium a lot this season, but either way, I'm very excited, and I'm excited to be dynamic this year.